I'm sure you guys can see from the title of this video what we're going to talk about today. If you're like me and you're almost 50 and you still need your mom, I want you to stay tuned until the end because you're not alone. So when we were little, we were able to grab stuffed animals like teddy bears and even blankets, but the safety of knowing that our parents or whoever was taking care of us was right over in the other room just made us feel so much more safe in case anything happened. Well, my mom died in 2018. I don't use a stuffed animal or a blanket or a teddy bear, but I still want the safety of being around my mom, and I don't have that. So maybe it's not your mom that you lost. Maybe it was a grandparent or a godmother or granddad, like whomever raised you and made you feel safe. It could have been a foster parent, and you've lost that nurturing feeling because the person that you trusted and you felt safe with has transitioned and ultimately passed away, just like my mom. I want you to stay tuned to this video because I'm going to give you 10 reasons why we still need that nurturing. As children, we always believe that our mom will be there, and as adults we sadly realize that that's not always true. Again, I lost my mom in 2018. This is one of the hardest transitions in life I've ever had to encounter. Life teaches us that some things and some people are just irreplaceable. You see, I run a small business, I have children, I even help other people navigate grief from week to week. But there are still days that I just want my mama. When I was a child and I was hurting, I just wanted my mom. Life is throwing some stuff at me right now. I've been hurting a lot lately. It's been a lot going on. Guess who I want? I want my mama. I'm almost 50. Now, it's not a hurt knee or a hurt elbow that I scraped, even though I did just get in a car wreck and I wanted to call her. This time it's a hurting heart. The irony is my heart is hurting because of her. Children also want their mom when they don't know what to do. I've had so many questions lately on some things that I'm going through and some things I would love to talk to her about. I have so many questions. So many concerns, so much advice that I need from her that I appreciate now. Since I don't have my mom present, I have to go from mom, what should I do, to mom, what would you have done? Isn't it funny how wisdom becomes more valuable after they're gone? Go figure. When we were children, we believed our parents could fix any and everything. To this day, I believe if my mom was here, she would try her best to help me fix whatever I was going through. And the crazy thing is they can't always fix it, but their insight and their perspective, oh my gosh, so needed today. Another reason why I feel like I need my mom at almost 50 is because as a child, parents made things feel a little less scary. Like if you felt like you had monsters in your room or under your bed, of course you could run in there and, mom, I feel like I got something scary in my room. Come check it out. But just having the support of them coming in your room to check and see what's going on, just having the support of them, pretending like they solved the problem was huge. As adults, when things get scary in life, for us, we still want to go to our parents to see if they can just make those scary things disappear. When my mom first passed away, I looked for everything that I could to be close to her or to find her or just even to make sure that I knew she was really gone. I still was in my bargaining stage, like maybe she's still at the hospital or maybe she chose to get away from us for a little bit. My hope was that she was still around. And so when I would see things that reminded me of her, or a couple times I saw people that I thought might have been her, sometimes I would see cars that looked exactly like the ones she used to drive. I was at a park one day and it was at the back of a school, and this lady had pulled over and she was doing something in her car. In my head, I'm like, that's the same hairstyle my mom wears. That's the same fashion she wears. That's the same car. Could that be my mom? Right before I got ready to take that walk over there, I'm like, do you really want to do this? Like, that that's not your mom, but when you're grieving someone and you want them back so badly, anything that looks familiar, sounds familiar, smells familiar, you want to be close. And I just wanted to talk to the lady. I wanted to look this lady in her face just to make sure that this wasn't my mom, which of course it wasn't. But man, if you had seen what I seen and knew my mom and how she dressed and how she looked and what she drove, you'd have thought that was my mom. Children tend to look for their moms in crowds. And even though there wasn't a crowd outside that day, I was definitely looking for my mom. It kind of reminded me of that story. I think it was a duck that had gotten away from their parent. It was walking up, "Hey, are you my mother? Hey, are you my mother?" That was how I felt that day. I wanted to go up to that lady and say, "Are you my mother?" Sometimes I smell perfume when people walk by and it makes me, take a second look. If it smells anything similar to what my mom used to wear. Again, if I see cars pass by, I'm going to look in the window just to make sure, okay, that's not her. Sometimes I hear music and it reminds me of her, and I'm just like, man, I wonder if she's at somebody's church, because my mom loved Jesus and she was always at somebody's church. That longing never fully disappears to be with the person you loved, the person that raised you, the person that nurtured you, the person that supported you. Whether you're a child or whether you're almost 50, children want to celebrate with their mom or their parents. Remember when you were a kid and you made something and you thought it was the best thing in the world, and you would run up to your mom and you would say, "Look what I made, look what I did." I'm almost 50 and there are things that I've accomplished that I still want to run to my mom to show her, to tell her. I've told you guys that I'm a mom. I have a son that just graduated from high school. He's about to take some college courses. That's huge for our family. And, it was nothing worse than not having her to celebrate at graduation with us. But we know she would have been so proud of him. I want to tell her my son is about to do this, or call her and say, "Hey, you think this is a good idea?" But at the end of the day, my mom would have been celebrating probably the loudest out of the whole crowd. So, of course, we want to celebrate with our parents, no matter what age we are. That doesn't go away. That doesn't change. I'm writing a book. I've written one before, and she was there for that one. She was front and center, all hands on deck. She was always going to help, and she was always going to celebrate big with you. I want to continue to help, encourage, motivate, and support people on their grief journey. I'm building that brand day by day, all because of her. But I still would love to celebrate with her. My mother was a huge servant. She was always doing for people. So absolutely she would be celebrating with me, just as if I was a child, bringing her some artwork and her just being so ecstatic about it. At almost 50, I feel like I still need direction in some areas. Do you remember when you were a child and you always needed direction? We constantly needed someone telling us where to go, what to do, and how to do it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just longing more for her perception. I just need her second pair of eyes. I long for her ideas, for her opinions, her insight. She was so full of wisdom. I'm spoiled because I used to call her and ask her certain things about the Bible that I didn't understand, certain scriptures, and she always had the answer. Now we see that there's no such thing as perfection, but boy, was she close to it. She was the closest person that I had ever seen. Children want to be seen, and adults do too. I don't know about you, but for me, losing a mom was losing a person that actually saw me. A person who notices your mood before you ever spoke. A person that called to find out how you were doing before you even said anything was wrong. She just could feel the energy of her children and what was going on with us. She always knew the right time to call. And if she wasn't calling, trust and believe, she was praying. She was calling on God. I posted a video on YouTube. I encourage you guys to go look at it. It's talking about how my mom's prayer saved my life, because my mom prayed a prayer that I didn't know she had prayed prior to a situation with me and my ex-husband that ultimately saved my life. So please go watch that if you haven't already seen it. My mom knew things about us sometimes before we even knew things ourselves. She was so sensitive to the Holy Spirit that she did what she felt the Holy Spirit told her to do. And thank God that particular night before this incident happened, she prayed. And it ultimately is the reason I'm here sharing this video with you. If you guys have stuck in here with me thus far, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. We've only got 2 more. In my opinion, I believe these 2 are going to be the most important. Children often run home when there's trouble. As adults, sometimes we wish we could. Maybe you're not running back home, but you're longing for the place that feels like home. My mom didn't live very far from me. And best believe, if there were times where I felt like, I needed to be around her, I would take that drive down the street to her house, sit on her couch. She would be on the phone. Sometimes she would leave and I would still be there. She would come back. It was just the feeling of being in her house, whether she was there or not. it just felt like safety. So whether you live with your parent or your caregiver or your grandparents or whomever raised you, just being in the presence of home and safety meant a lot. And at almost 50 years old, I still long for that. I still drive past that house and wish I could knock on that door or go through the garage like I used to do and go in and just get comfortable and be vulnerable and let it all hang out. That's just how mom's home felt. I still long for that at almost 50 years old. So I know you may be missing the safety of mom just being one call away. I know it's hard when something that felt so safe was snatched away from us and there was nothing we could do about it. As a child, that would be hard, but as an adult, at almost 50, it is just as hard. Let me tell you, if you're feeling this way, I'm here today to let you know. I don't care what age you are, whether you're 30, whether you're 53, whether you're 68. I have an older brother. I'm the youngest. And my older brother, I know he longs for my mom just as much, if not more, at the age he is. That never goes away. So don't beat yourself up. Don't allow people to make you feel bad because you're still longing for your parent, even though you may be a parent. Don't allow people to diminish your grieving process because you're older and they feel like you should be more resilient and you should be over this now. I totally disagree. Don't allow anyone to tell you that what you're feeling is childish. I don't mind being told I'm childish for still wanting my mom because I was my mom's child. Missing someone is not a sign that we failed. It's a sign that the love did not die when the person did. I hope you were encouraged today knowing that you're not alone if you still want your mom, whomever took care of you as a child, and now you're an adult living without them, living with that huge loss. It doesn't matter. When teddy bears don't work, when blankets are no longer effective, when stuffed animals are no longer age appropriate, it's okay to still have that feeling. Find something that does comfort you. And only you're going to know what that something is. I've ordered pillows. So this stuffed pillow of my mom is what I can grab and squeeze and hold from time to time. I've got pictures up everywhere of my mom. She's right above this sign here. You guys will see in other videos, but whatever works for you, do what's comfortable for you, but don't let anyone stop your grieving process. As long as it's healthy, you're not trying to harm yourself or others. This is grief. This is hard. We can do it. I love y'all. See you in the next video.